Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, it is my distinct pleasure this morning to introduce you to the Reverend Dr. Simon Mainwaring. Simon is rector of All Saints Episcopal Church here in Atlanta. All Saints is my church home, and it's also home to several members of the General Assembly. Of course, the distinguished Mary Margaret Oliver, Senator Elena Parent, former Representative Ed Lindsay, and a few others who have served in this body. As you're about to hear, Simon is originally from England, and he was educated at Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, and Birmingham, where he earned a PhD in biblical theology. Mr. Speaker, I'm told that's not the Birmingham next door, but the one across the pond. Simon has ministered for the past 23 years in schools, hospitals, and parish churches. He's also a scholar, has authored 2 books and a number of journal articles. As rector at All Saints, Simon has the privilege of leading our staff and lay leaders and engage the parish in the life of the city of Atlanta. He's done that for the last 3 years as the leader of our church. And one of the most important things that he has done is re-engage the leadership that already existed within the congregation of All Saints into the social justice movement of the city of Atlanta. Simon serves on the board of the Absalom Jones Center for Racial Healing here in Atlanta and collaborates with church leaders throughout Midtown and downtown to offer the voice of the needs of our neighbors and further the mission of the church. Although he's told me he is an avid Atlanta United fan, he enjoys cheering his beloved soccer team, Tottenham Hotspur, which will get you nowhere in the Ways and Means Committee, by the way. He does enjoy time with his family. He's married to Monica, who is also an Episcopal priest and rector of St. Martin in the Fields Episcopal Church, located in my district in Brookhaven, and they have 3 children. Please welcome the Reverend Dr. Simon Mainwaring.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished representatives, it is a privilege to be with you here today to begin your work with a moment of reflection and prayer. Thank you, Representative Wilson, for your generous welcome, and thank you to each of you who have responded to the call to serve the common good in this place. My devotion for you this morning begins with a friend of mine and parishioner of my church named Carl. Some time ago, Carl and I had dinner along with a small number of other church members. We were a mix of ages, of races, of genders, of views of the world and memories of life. We're invited to share stories of significance from our lives. Carl told the story of his career in the Social Security Administration and how he had been sent by the administration to law school in Baltimore. During class, he got to know a young woman. She was white, he was black. She broached the topic of having lunch together several times, hoping that Carl might actually invite her. But Carl felt sorely aware that there were only 2 places to eat in the whole of town where a black man could take a white woman to lunch: the railway station and Woolworth's department store. He felt embarrassed by his lack of options and made excuses 2 or 3 times until finally he swallowed his pride, and that long-awaited lunch paved the way for a lifelong friendship. Later that night, as we sat together talking, the sheer everyday quality of Carl's story struck me. Young love looking for a place to eat, an everyday reality of segregation. The everyday matters because it is there that we will either hold on to hope or lose it. Jesus of Nazareth was profoundly interested in the everyday. His vision of human community, what the Bible calls the kingdom of God, is not one of abstract principles or highfalutin language. Jesus' vision is of bread on the table, of children dying too young, of prisoners languishing without justice, of families who mourn loved ones, of the life of the poor in a world too much in love with riches. As a follower of Jesus, I'll take the liberty of pointing out that Jesus' concerns seem very much like your own in this place. Here is where people's needs, the life of children, and the longings for justice of the people of this state have their reckoning. Jesus taught that the measure of a people is how truly it honors and remembers the least, the poor, the oppressed, and the forgotten. That is how you will be measured also. And so I pray for you this day. I pray that you may be granted the gift of a deep and abiding empathy for the people of this state, especially those who are different to you and those who see the world differently to you. I pray that you might be struck by the everyday nature of people's challenges, and that you might discover ever richer ways to see the world as they see it, so that you will know how it is you are called to build the kind of society Jesus proclaimed, where every child of God, no matter their color or creed, is valued by each of us on the earth as deeply as God values them in the heavens. And so in the name of that God, I offer this blessing. Would you please stand? O God, creator and sustainer of all life, stir the hearts of your people, strengthen their wills, enliven their minds, and inspire their spirits to see your grace alive in the lives of all people. And may the Lord your God bless you and keep you.